here with our wonderful item from Cook's Essentials. This is really cool because I never really knew it existed. It's called a quick cooker. It's almost 5-quart in size. It's made of cast aluminum, and it's really 2 appliances in one, designed to help you spend less time cooking. And Natalie has a 2-year-old, Rowan. So she doesn't have a lot of time to slave over a stove. We know that. This is coming to you at a clearance price tonight. It's less than $25. It's on 4 easy payments and free shipping and handling. It's customer top rated, Natalie. So a lot of people are in the know, unlike myself, about what a quick cooker is.
Well, it is such a cool appliance. It's essentially a mix between a Dutch oven and a pressure cooker. So yes, so if you are new to pressure cooking or you want to get into pressure cooking, but you're familiar with Dutch oven cooking where you put all of those delicious flavors into a pan, put on the lid and we roast it, this is a great way to start.
Okay.
So it does shave off some of your cooking time, about 20 to 30%. I've got a beautiful roast in here. So when we think about pressure cooking, we think about infusing that flavor and infusing all of that moisture right into the pan. Well, we're doing just that. We're just not doing the old-fashioned, pressure cooking method. We're doing a slightly elevated from a Dutch oven into pressure cooking.
So did you take up the build to pressure aspect of a pressure cooker out, or does this still are you still doing kind of that step?
So we're kind of doing a mini version of building pressure. So we still are adding that delicious roast with our flavors and our vegetables. We're adding some liquid to build that steam, build that pressure. We're then locking the lid on, turning this handle, which is such a satisfying thing to do because you're like, I'm locking it in, but not as aggressive as a pressure cooker. And now that lid is secured tight, kind of like the pressure that you would see if you were screwing a bottle top back onto a soda bottle or something. It's that type of pressure. It's that amount of when that carbonation is in the bottle. So we're locking it in and we're shaving off about 25% of our cooking time. So
because if that was a regular Dutch oven to do a pot roast like that would take a few hours.
It would. It would take 3 to 4 hours. Now in here, it's going to take 2 to 3, and you're going to do it on your stovetop.
And do it on the stovetop instead of the oven.
Exactly.
Let me quick point out that we have 2 color choices, and then you're going to walk us through, again, more things that we can do with this and show us great recipes. I have it for you in the black. Again, this is 4.8 quarts, so almost 5-quart capacity. This is going to be my most limited option. And then we have a beautiful blue color. This is 4 easy payments of $6.03. You get the cooker, you get the locking lid, and inside is a non-stick interior, too.
It is. It's a beautiful non-stick. It's actually dishwasher safe as well, but it has this great cast aluminum interior. Look at this gorgeous ribs. These take an hour and a half. I've got 2 racks in there. Just fall apart, add your glaze. Now, one of the benefits of this, unlike a pressure cooker where once it builds pressure, it's locked in. You have to wait several minutes for that to depressurize before you can open it. With this, you can open it just by simply unlocking that top, and you can check on your food. You can test the doneness. You can add more ingredients. You can add herbs or things that you can't do with pressure cooking.
Is this something where we're like pressure cooking? I know you always want to add liquid.
Yes.
Do we still need to add some type of liquid with this?
You're still going to want to add liquid because that steam is going to build up in there, just like we see in this Cook and Look glass top. You can see that steam building. So that is what's going to reduce that cooking time and build moisture. So the great thing about this is you can still brown your food like we're seeing on that animation because it has this great aluminum nonstick interior. You're going to brown your food like you mentioned. You're going to add some liquid, about I'd say half a cup to a cup depending on the size of your roast, just enough to build steam, which is going to build that pressure. It's going to infuse your food with flavor, cook your food faster because of that lock and load lid. And as the animation showed, you can release it and add vegetables as you go. So let's say you want to cook your meat for 3 hours, but you don't want to cook your potatoes for 3 hours because you don't want them to be as mushy. Add them after an hour at the end if you want a little bit firmer.
So that gives you more versatility than what a pressure cooker would do.
Way more. And it also, it's more of that Dutch oven feel of cooking if you're comfortable with that. But if you want an element of some faster cooking, you want to get food on the table quicker for your family. So you can see I'm having, you have to unrelease that kind of like if you were opening a soda bottle to get that release, the pressure to release.
Girl,
so I know how good does that look? So we have browned chicken thighs first. We added some cream because again, you do this in stages. And now for chicken Florentine, I can add my spinach. Now, if I would have added this before pressure cooking, it would be completely, you know, wilted and disintegrated basically.
And it would turn the spinach really dark.
And it would cook
unappetizing.
Right. And it would cook it so quickly. So if you like your spinach, you know, just slightly cooked like I do, where it still has that beautiful bright pop of color.
Or it just wilts from the heat instead of really being cooked. Yeah.
Exactly. So now we can simply incorporate this in, mix it into that beautiful chicken Florentine sauce. I can add the lid back on, seal it, and cook it for 1 more minute. Whereas with pressure cooking, you don't have that ability.
You don't have the ability at all.
So we just simply lock it in. It's as easy as that.
And dishwasher safe.
Yes,
Can it work on all
safe.
cooktops?
Except for induction.
Okay.
It can work on cooktops, but again, just a reminder, it's not for your oven. It's just stovetop use.
But it works like a Dutch oven, just like on top of the stove.
Exactly.
So really, you're creating less heat in your kitchen, which is great this time of year. Look at how perfectly this rice is
So I like
done.
to say this is kind of a rice cooker as well.
How long did this take?
So this takes about 15 minutes for white rice. For brown rice, it'll take longer, but it infuses that moisture in there. It cooks rice so beautifully. It's fluffy, it's not sticky, it's wonderful. So it's a perfect rice cooker. It's kind of a multi-cooker in that way. So we've got beautiful rice with our chicken. I showed you the roast. Now potatoes, such a great way to cook potatoes because of course, you know, when you're making mashed potatoes, you have to boil them. This just reduces that cooking time because you're locking that lid on, you're keeping that moisture in.
And you only used about a cup of water to do this?
You know, I would do this, just cover them.
Okay.
Until they're just covered.
Okay.
Turn this on high, get it to a boil, put your lid on, turn it down to medium, 15 minutes.
Really?
Yes, so
and you don't have to boil over?
You don't have to boil over.
That dirties the stovetop. Same thing with the rice. Every time I cook rice, I'm always getting everything boiling over through the lid.
Rice is kind of tricky. It's one of those basic foods that actually is not, it's easy to mess up, I'll say. So it's just nice to have a device that helps you make it fluffy and evenly cooked and not gummy.
And I noticed that you're using metal utensils, so it's okay to go ahead and use our potato masher?
You can. This is this cast aluminum. It is a non-stick interior. Now, if you want to use silicone coated to preserve it, it's great, but it has this speckled interior. I've had no problem using metal utensils. It works fine.
Okay, awesome. So here we have it. It's clearance price. There is no reorder, and it's customer top rated. So I urge you, if you're thinking about this and on the fence, go to QVC.com, look up the product, the item number is K45097, and read the reviews because
they're amazing.
Those who have this love cooking with it and love the time they're saving in the kitchen and the amazing flavorful results. That's what we've always loved about pressure cooking. Now it's just less fuss. No reorder, free shipping and handling, and your easy pay is $6 and change. Now